Welcome to Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
Welcome, folks.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Treasure Talk. So hopefully everybody's having a good day for metal detecting and treasure hunting.
Yes, I think it was.
I'm thinking I might have a little bit of feedback. Is that better?
I don't hear any.
Okay, all right, good. Awesome. So I guess since we have such an excellent guest, I better get going, huh?
Yeah, because everybody's chomping at the bit.
Okay, so hopefully we got a lot of people in the stream, and I don't even know if I've got mine on here on YouTube. But of course, today's show is brought to you by Myers Metal Detectors, where we sell fun and adventure. And of course, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed here on Treasure Talk by the member and the guest belong solely to the member and guest, and not necessarily to Phil Myers, Johnson Myers, Jeff Monin, or Myers Metal Detectors.
That is true.
I got that fast, didn't I?
That's right.
I'm getting good at it. I've done it a while.
It's only been 3 years, man. You know, what can I tell you?
I should know it. And the purpose of Treasure Talk is to promote the hobby of metal detecting and treasure hunting, and to educate our members in a fun, informative manner. And we're going to do just that today, aren't we, Jeff?
We are indeed. And tis the season to be jolly.
Yeah, you got your hat on.
I've got my Christmas hat on. They didn't want to see my bad hair day, so.
Okay. And I had the opportunity, I showed you this a little earlier. I know I'm breaking the first rule of the metal detecting banquet when you talk about the metal detecting banquet, but I'm going to talk about the Suncoast Research and Recovery Club. And I know I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I'm going to show folks what Jocelyn won as a raffle prize. It is a gold coin, a dos pesos.
Well, you know what? Tell her to go out and bury it in the yard. Then you can take your detector out there and find it. There you found your gold coin.
There we go. It's a dos pesos. It's 24, I guess it's 20, maybe 22 karat gold. It's no peso macho, but it is a dos pesos oro. So
well, there may be a peso macho in the future.
Yes. All righty. And of course, that was at the Suncoast Research and Recovery Club, just one of the many clubs that are in Florida. So if you're into metal detecting, look around in your area, try to find a metal detector club. It's a lot of fun. And their annual banquet, they recognized their hunter of the year and had some raffles, and it was just a good time. And it was at a nice country club here in St. Petersburg, and it just was a good time.
You know, it's always a good time when you got Howard involved in it.
Yes, Howard Metz does an awesome job, and Joe, the VP, does a nice job. So it was a fun time for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of, what's going on in metal detecting, have you gotten any notice about getting any Mine Lab in?
Yes, I did get a notice today that they're shipping me 8 of the Equinox 900s. No Equinox 700s. So we have 600s, 800s, and we'll have 900s, and probably I think they're shipping them on Friday. So I guess by next Wednesday I should have those. Now the Manicore, no Manicores yet.
I've seen people using them.
Yes, I've seen a lot of YouTube people have got them, and I don't know why I don't have any, but I imagine they'll be here soon. I hope. I've done enough bitching and complaining, so we'll see.
We'll see. That's true. We will see.
We will see.
You know, but anyways, you got your Deus 2 to use in the meantime.
Oh, Deus 2 is an awesome detector. You know, there's so many products on the market now. The metal detector person has so many different detectors they can use today. You know, you got the Legend, you got the regular Equinox, you got the new Equinox, you've got the Deus 2 with the 10 or the 8-inch coil, and then our friend Trevor from Down Under.
Yeah.
If you order one of his coils, you'll get this fancy stubby. And for you guys not in Australia, a stubby is a can koozie. You put your soda can in to keep it nice.
That's just in case that it's a Ripa, and it may be a Baca and or a Busher.
Okay. And this nice little stainless cup, that's so you can have your drink when you're eating some yabbies. You know what a yabby is, Jeff?
Yabby? No, not really.
A yabby is a crayfish.
Oh, well.
That's Australian for crayfish.
Yeah, well, I'd probably
Yeah.
try something.
And of course, you get this real nice hat. That's all these different Christmas specials are going on now. That whole kit comes with any Coiltech product, and those Coiltech coils work with any of the new Equinoxes too. So that's kind of a cool thing that they're throwing in for Christmas.
That'll be real good. That would
And
be
you have a little soda bottle opener too, or beer bottle opener.
very good, very good. One needs refreshment.
Yes, you got to stay hydrated always.
I should have in my hot little hands within 2 weeks, hopefully before Christmas, my Deus 2 carbon fiber shaft from Steve's Detective.
Steve. Yes.
And so he's in manufacturing them right now, so you should be when you get your order in, get that. It's for the Deus 2, and then pretty soon we should have information. I should have a Detect Ed carbon fiber Deus 2.
Yes, because that's a popular detector, and I know with diving you need a carbon fiber rod because when you get it that short to the coil, the detector's so strong it starts picking up the housing of the detector.
Yeah. So I'm waiting. It should be here soon. But you know what? We better get to getting here. We got a lot of people stacked up here wanting to ask questions, and just put the question in the chat, and Jocelyn will see it or I will see it, and we'll try to pop it up on the screen so Steve can see it, and then everything will be good.
Well, awesome. So we're going to bring him in?
Yep, let's bring him in. Everybody knows this young man, and he is quite accomplished. And maybe he'll have some big news for us. Anything Steve ever does is big news. I'm going to tell you that right now. And he's just one of the best detectorists in the world and the best dive detectorist we know. So let's bring on our guest for tonight, Steve Zazulyk. Hey, Steve.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you tonight?
Well, pretty good.
Well, welcome, Steve.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
So what's the temperature there in Canada?
It was really strange, to be quite honest with you, because we had a snowstorm a couple weeks ago, and then it went up to 70. So everybody is always upset about global warming, but I love it. Sorry. And it's not too bad right now. So I think we might be in the 40s again, and it's heading down. Like that we're going to start having some big storms here pretty soon.
Oh, geez. Well, it's 68 degrees here tonight, and it's going to go down to 58. So I got my hat sent me from Colorado, so I'm getting ready for those cool temperatures. But 58, that's cold for us.
Yeah, I like when I go down to Florida and like you say, it's in the 50s and people are dressed up in their parkas and their hats.
Yeah, bundled up. We just look for an excuse for that. And
yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, and then you want to come up here in February. That's when you really get to enjoy Canada.
Oh, geez.
Well, you know what's funny is we go down, we go hunt the beaches in the water sometimes in February. You know, if it's not too cold, we're all wetsuited up and everything, and you see people, and I know they're from the north. They're down there. They're going, my God, I'm in Florida. I'm going in the water, and they're swimming.
Yep, that's exactly it.
But they're swimming.
Right.
The cold temperature, I just can't do it. So, Steve, you had some news.
Yeah, I think that it's been interesting over the last few years because a lot of people have actually thought I went missing and got abducted and all that kind of stuff. But basically COVID hit, and then my company is a cleaning company, so we are a cleaning and facilities company. So you can imagine how busy we got through COVID. So we just basically got into that, and working 24/7.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah, but I did one of the best kept secrets in the world is my dive detecting book, and I did write I did write the book. I don't know, did we announce on the podcast last time or this time that I've got my dive detecting book out now?
No, we didn't. We've got. Is this the book you're referring to?
Yeah, so that's kind of a big announcement for people that they're unaware that there it is right there. The dive detecting book is now out, right? And we've got Ring Finder. So this is my second book, dive detecting, and this is the one. I'm really proud about Ring Finder. Ring Finder has done a lot better than I ever anticipated. They say in the metal detecting community, if you can sell between 5,000 and 10,000 books, you're doing good, right? And Ring Finder's over 40,000 right now, so it's doing pretty good. And dive detecting is kind of beating it. So I'm really proud of this book. It's a great book. I kind of wrote it just like I wrote Ring Finder, with the theory of if I went to go find a book on ring finding, like I don't want to hear about all the garbage. I just want to know like exactly what I got to do to go ring finding, and how to buy my equipment, how to search for a ring, how to deal with people when you do find the ring, because I've gone through every scenario. I've gone through, as you guys probably know, my really good friend is Ryan Fizikis, and we have detected for years together. He's my dive detecting partner. Now that guy, as I always say, is probably the best dive detectorist around. He's amazing, but he'll say the same thing about me. So we're a great team together, and there's some amazing people that have gotten into it now that are fantastic around the world. But there's a lot of his photography in here. Like, I want to show you the first picture on this page. By the way, the photography in the book is phenomenal. Let me just show you this first picture. Here's an idea of the type of rings that Ryan has found through the years. If you can see that or not.
Yeah,
you guys see that?
Yeah, we can see it good. And for the folks who don't know Ryan, he is, of course, one of the guys over at Anderson Detector Shafts.
Yeah, he's the owner of Anderson Detector Shafts. So, which is, for me personally, I know you guys have sponsors, and I'm sure your sponsors have great stuff. However, for me, the Anderson Detector Shaft line is probably the best for me, because they specialize in dive detecting shafts. They've got shafts for every detector. I don't know, maybe you guys know this. Were they the first shaft company?
I think so. They were the first
Yeah.
one I sold for, and I love their products too. They're excellent. There's a lot of different companies now, but they probably were the first.
Yeah, I think that they were the very first company to come out with it, and they're pretty innovative. So, yeah, obviously it's my good friend owns the company, so I like to use the product, and he designs the product for us, which is fantastic. Like,
yes,
if we need a certain type of short shaft for our detector when we go diving, it's the next day he'll show up and it's made. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, we did the same thing, Steve. He was on the show one night, and we told him we need a good scoop handle, and pretty soon, there it is right there. It is absolutely the best scoop handle you can ever find. That thing is fantastic.
They have a lot of people don't know this about Ryan, but he's absolutely brilliant, and he does all the designing of the machines and everything. Sorry, you still there, guys? I apologize. Yeah, he does the designing of the machines that make the equipment. So whatever needs to be made, it's not like he has to go out of house to get it made. He makes it in-house, right? So it's pretty phenomenal to walk into their shop and see how they do things. So, and because he's an actual detectorist, he knows what's going to work or not, right? That's the problem. I think you guys probably know this is guys will sell stuff, women or whatever, will sell things, but they don't really detect, or they don't do that type of detecting. So how would they know, right?
That's right. That's it exactly. I was just going to say, Steve, everything that you get from Anderson Shafts, anything that they make has been proven because Ryan tests it out and makes sure it works. You know, that's the wonderful thing about Anderson. I mean, just fantastic company. The best customer service going.
Yes, they have awesome. I sell a lot of their shafts and also their handles for the T-Rex and for the Stout.
I've actually lost my audio, guys. Sorry, I've lost my audio. Can I call? I'm gonna go out and come back in. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, sorry about that. For some reason, I've lost my audio and I can't hear you.
Huh.
Okay, cool. Are you okay over there, Joss?
Yeah, everybody else seems to be okay. I can hear you, Phil.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I'm going to sign out for 1 second because Jocelyn's not having an easy time with my laptop for some reason. So maybe we got some gremlins going. So I'm just going to stop my cam for a second.
All right. Okay, now let's hope he's not giving Jocelyn a hard time because his audio is here. So, yes, Anderson Shafts is probably about as good as you can get for anything. And I know there's a lot of people in the chat that uses it. I think Pink Power Alley, I think she uses some Anderson product. There, Steve, you hear us now?
I can hear you. I apologize.
That's all right. That's all right. Phil had to go help Jocelyn with something. So I agree with you 100% about the Anderson product. It's not better than that.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So, I mean, my thing is to really kind of teach people about what I do and my experiences. I mean, it's there's some fantastic detectorists out there. I've been fortunate enough to meet them around the world, and there's some amazing detectorists out there. So I always like to pass along information to people who are interested. So I mean, it's such a great hobby. I've been fortunate enough, as you know, to be on Oak Island, and you know, Ryan and I have just recently been on Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates. Like we've had some really good opportunities to do some really cool things with people. So the Expedition Unknown thing was amazing. And again, do some really cool things, right?
Yeah. I mean, that would be cool. I like Josh Gates. He seems like he's a pretty straightforward kind of fella. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the episode or not, but we're part of the search team searching for Dutch Schultz's lost treasure in basically the mountains of New York. Dutch Schultz was like an Al Capone character. Are you familiar with Dutch Schultz?
Oh yes, the Dutchman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we had the opportunity to go on, like, we're obviously hunting there all the time, but Josh Gates got a hold of us and asked us if he could come along for the ride. And we got into basically a distillery where they believe that Dutch Schultz had built underground tunnels. So even when I was going there, I was like, well, you know, you hear stories and then you don't think you're going to find anything. Sure enough, we got into the area of this distillery and kind of crawled through a crevice in the wall. And there was a labyrinth of underground tunnels that we crawled through. Me, Josh Gates, Ryan, and 2 cameramen. And it was like 3 feet by 3 feet. And it just went like it just literally looked like it was going into the abyss. And we crawled through these tunnels to see what we could find.
I bet you that was cool. I know Dutch Schultz. He was kind of paranoid with good reason. Because he had a lot of the other mob bosses that wanted to wipe him out, and they were at war constantly. So yeah, I can understand why he'd be a little paranoid.
Yeah, he was a very interesting character. Like the stories about this guy were phenomenal. Like he obviously had robbed Rosenthal's in New York, and they in today's money equivalent, it would be about $1 billion worth of diamonds that he would have got back then. He took all the diamonds from the in one heist, and that with some gold backs and other things they believe are he buried in the mountains of Phoenicia. So Ryan and I have been on multiple hunts looking for it, and we actually found some pretty significant things the very first time we went. Frank, I don't know if you know Frank or not from oh God, they're gonna kill me because I forgot the name of their podcast.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyways, he came along with us, and Frank is an expert with basically underground radar penetration. So we actually discovered an additional, like, I guess you'd call it like a cave, basically, that Dutch Schultz was using to go in between two buildings. It was an underground system, and we found it live on air, which was phenomenal.
That's cool. Yeah, the underground passageway, a getaway.
It was a passageway. Yeah, yeah. Dutch Schultz was like, that was his thing. He loved stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he got away from the police multiple times.
Well, it was kind of like Keystone Cops back then, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it is neat. Now, I see on the live feed that we might have a little echoing problem. I guess that might be on my end, Jeff.
Yeah, I think it is. It's probably because Jocelyn's on. She's not on the screen, but she's looking at the chat, and it may be getting a little feedback that way. She's too close to you.
I got her sound completely off, so she shouldn't have anything.
Sometimes it reverberates a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But hopefully I fixed that. I hope.
I think so. So I bet you guys were pretty excited when you found that tunnel.
Yeah, there was a few things that we found that were pretty unexpected. So we definitely are going back. We go back, when we can. It's around Phoenicia, New York, but if you go to Phoenicia, New York, it's really like a little tiny town in the mountains there, and it's absolutely, I don't know if you've ever been in that area of New York, but it's stunning. It's beautiful. And that's where he had all of his stills up in the mountains. He'd hired locals to run the stills, right? So he was bootlegging. He was doing everything.
He was smart. It was product control.
Yeah, he was smart until he got shot.
Yeah, well,
everything's good until you get shot.
It happens to almost all of them at one time or another. So why don't we check on that echo, Phil, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Perfect. I'll give me time.
Yep. Let's see. Where's the word? Here we go.
Hey friends, Phil Myers here from Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida. Today we're going to talk a little bit about coils, about increasing your finds by using a different size coil for the application. Now today I have my Coil Tech coils here. These are available for the MindLab Equinox 600 and 800. And this is a very popular coil, the 5x10 coil for relic and coin hunting in very trashy areas. Excellent coil, covers a lot of ground, still goes deep for the 5x10 size that it is. I also have a 14x9 coil and a 15-inch coil. You should think about changing your coils to do different things with your detector. To go deeper for relic hunting or deeper on the beach, you want to cover more ground. think about using a different size coil to dress up your detector and find more finds. Also, CoilTech has a special for Christmas. They have a special promo pack that comes with each coil. It's a $50 value. I think they might call it a prospecting kit, but anyway, it has a lot of accessories in it, and we'll have those in stock next week. So Phil Myers Metal Detector, and remember, along with your new coil when you get it, you're also going to get one of our famous Florida calendars and our nice blue hat. Phil Myers Metal Detectors, 813-237-1939, or look me up on the website, myersdepot.com. Thank you and happy hunting.
God, that guy talks a lot, Jeff.
Yeah, he does, but you know, the good thing about it is you get that CoilTech special if you do buy a Knox 700 or a 900. The coils work.
Yes, they do.
That's-
Absolutely. And I think I might have fixed my feedback problem.
Okay, good.
I hope.
Hey guys, can I say something about CoilTech?
Go right ahead.
So the very first a company ever to reach out to me was CoilTech. Trevor from Australia, him and his wife Natalie. They are the kindest people, and they basically sent me every coil that you could possibly send somebody. They sent me 3 coils just when COVID was starting, and I was supposed to do commercials, but obviously I told you I went into this whole thing with my company, and I was in COVID, right? But I want to take the opportunity just to tell you how much I like those coils that they produce from his place in Australia. The other thing too is it's not only producing a good quality product, it's the same as Anderson. It's about what they do if there's a problem or if you've got, you know, an issue with it. You guys know just as well as I do, we've dealt with companies before where after you buy something from them, they could care less if you get a hold of them. They take your stuff and throw it on some pile in the back room and they don't call you for a year.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
good.
not the case. That is not the case with these companies that I'm talking about, especially CoilTech. Those guys, yeah, they're a great company and they have a great product. So, and that's totally unsolicited. I'm not getting anything for that. That's the truth.
It is the
Yeah.
truth. Trevor is a great friend of the show. He'll be back on probably in another couple of months. He was just on not too long ago, probably in October, I think. And just whenever Trevor's on, it's a ripper.
It
Yeah.
is. We learned some new Australian words like Macca's is McDonald's. We learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And
it's always fun.
it's fun. And he's always very interesting. And I love his products because, you know, other manufacturers had coil ears breaking and different things, and not his product. They engineered them perfectly so they don't break.
Oh man.
And
I think he told us, didn't he, Phil, out of all the CoilTech coils for the Equinox that they made and sent, he's had maybe 2 returned because they got damaged in shipping.
yes,
And that's
Yes,
it. I mean, that's pretty good record.
yes, that is a real good record. And I know he's happy that his product will work with the new Equinoxes coming out. And also, I think he said on the show that they're coming out with some products for the Manicore. So it should be an interesting year when we
Yes,
finally
it
get
should.
some detectors.
Yeah, they have good product. Funny you guys both said the Equinox and the ears on the coil. The amount of anguish I have gone through because of those ears on that stock coil is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I know.
it was an issue. Hopefully, I think they've changed it on the
Yeah.
new Equinoxes.
Yeah, I think they have too, and it's going to be a lot different.
Yes, for sure. And same thing with the arm cuffs. Some people broke the arm cuffs, and the new ones I think will bend and they won't break. So
Right.
people are going to love that product too, for sure.
Yeah.
We got a question too for you, Steve, from Mark Fiorella. He says, have you hunted any 1812 sites?
Have I ever been to any?
You hunted any 1812 sites?
That's how I started.
Awesome.
So So I'll tell you a quick story. When I first bought my first metal detector, I bought it used, and the guy that sold it to me was a firefighter in the Niagara area where the majority of the War of 1812 was fought. And he was actually he had had cancer from being a firefighter. Little did we know it was his last year. But over that year, we got to become really good friends. He took me under his basically his wing, and as long as I picked him up and drove him to his sites that he'd been hunting for over 30 years, he would take me to them and we would hunt them. And the very first place he took me was this farm field in Niagara, and it just to me looked like a regular old farm field. And then when we started detecting, it was actually a War of 1812 area where it was like a military hospital. So there was everything from hot plates, breastplates. Butler's Rangers was a really, really rare find for War of 1812. There were a group of Rangers back then, and if you could find a Butler's Rangers button in any condition, it was worth about $2,500. I don't sell my stuff, but I just love the history of it. And I had found at least a couple hundred coins from that era. I found rings. I found a breastplate. So that got me obsessed with War of 1812, right? And as you know, my buddy Ryan and I are divers, and we frequently drift dive down the Niagara River, especially Ryan. Quick little story: Ryan's going down the Niagara River, and he sees a large rock on the bottom of the river. So, and remember, it's the Niagara River. So imagine what the current would be like, because it's heading right towards Niagara Falls. The Niagara River is actually one of the most dangerous places in the world to dive. So we're in there, and you're going along. There's no stopping. But when you do want to get something, you've got to grab something, hold on, and detect with one hand, and then you've got to be able to fan it out. Well, Ryan flips up this massive rock, and doesn't he find a beautiful War of 1812 breastplate underneath that rock?
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah, so and we found bottles like the old clay bottles and musket balls, tons of musket balls, and he's got cannonballs. There's all kinds of stuff that you can find, right? So, and like I'm a member of a historical society, so if I find stuff, we have been known to actually give it to the historical societies because they love it. So, and as I always say, what good is that? A War of 1812 breastplate in my underwear drawer might as well be somewhere where someone can view it.
Absolutely. If they can see it, yeah, it's a cool thing. Hey, Jeff, we had another question. Jocelyn just told me from Louis Villarreal. He said, did Minelab beef up the coil ears on the 700 and the 900? For what I'm seeing, yes, they have. They've changed it a little bit. And also the Manicore is totally different. So I think they might have learned their lesson from with their problems they've had. So hopefully they've taken care of that. Am I still getting feedback?
No, I don't hear any.
Okay, cool.
I don't
hear worried I was still bringing it.
I got a quick little thing I want to show you guys. When I got into river detecting, I don't know if you're interested in native memorabilia or finds, but at one time in Canada, as you may or may not know, the French voyageurs were here, and they would trade bracelets with the natives. And I was in a river. I got a target. I thought it was a spoon, a fishing spoon, but when I pulled it out, it was actually this. I don't know if you can see that. That's a native bracelet. Yeah, that's from the 1700s.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
So that was quite an interesting find. So we're not only in War of 1812, but we're also in areas where the native finds are amazing.
Yeah, Mark Fiorello, he lives up in Buffalo, and he says he thinks the Niagara River, the water runs at about 21 miles an hour.
Yeah, I would think at least. And then you get like there's an area that's the deepest area of the Niagara River. It's called Thompson's Hole. and it's it's about 70 or 80 feet. And like literally the first time I go diving, Ryan takes me to the Niagara River and decides we're going to go in like the most dangerous place in the world to dive. So we jump in, and then you're literally flying down the river like Superman. Like
You don't need
there's no stopping. So then we get into the bottom of this Thompson's Hole. It's massive, and it starts going like this. It stops going forward. It goes in a circle.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. What happens to me, guys? I lose my fin. So now I'm at the bottom of the Niagara River with one fin. And it's like literally my first dive in the river. So I'm starting to panic, freak out, like I'm ready to go chase the fin. And then Ryan grabs me and he goes, just stay there, stay there. And I'm like, what? What is he talking about? There goes my fin, right? About 2 minutes later, this fin went right around in a circle and came back. I on a stack of Bibles, hit me right in the chest. And I grabbed it. He knew the Niagara River so well. He knew that was going to do that.
Oh, that's weird.
I know. Tell me about it. I was
We're gonna have to
flipping
ask
out.
him about that.
Yeah.
We'll ask him about that. Weird stuff happens, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's when I knew I was with a good dive partner. That's so key, that when you get in the water, like never, ever, ever get in the water alone, and get in with a good dive partner. They'll save your life.
That's the truth. We got a question from Randy Goodnow. He wants to know, how did you know it was from the 1700s? What distinguished it for you?
I took it to the University of Toronto historical department, and they told us.
It's
So
an amazing condition, wasn't
they
it?
could have been wrong. I don't know, but I kind of trust that facility.
Yeah, I would trust them. Outstanding condition, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same as, it's really strange. I mean, you guys would know this too. When you find, like, look at this, for example, you want to talk about condition, like in the book. Calls in. Can you see?
Yeah.
yeah, we can see that.
So that's a lipstick that we find lipstick a lot of the times in, in beach areas, right? Where, people be swimming back in the 30s and 40s or at any time, and stuff comes out of their pocket. Well, this was from 1940. We always research what we find. So that was probably lost back in 1940. And when we open the cap on it, you can still see the lipstick inside. Right? So stuff gets into the water, as you know, and then it just gets into the sand and the silt, and it goes down, and it literally cocoons. So we'll bring out class rings or religious medallions, and they're just in phenomenal condition. Like it's really amazing, some of the stuff that you find. Like, I don't know if you can see some of those toys. I really love old toys, cast toys, right? And it's always amazing when it comes out. I'm always shocked at the condition that things come out in.
Now,
Yeah,
Steve,
Steve, my thought is it's in fresh water. Now, the Niagara Rivers, it's not brackish water, it's fresh water, correct?
It's gin clear. It's gin clear fresh water. And it's cold. Yeah, it's the perfect environment to preserve something.
Yeah, kind of like the Great Lakes, isn't it?
Exactly.
Now, have you ever dived in the Great Lakes?
I live on the Great Lakes. I dive in them all the time.
So how deep have you gone in the Great Lakes?
I'm not a deep diver. I have friends that go down, very deep. I don't like deep at all. I don't like deep at all. But I will tell you, with my type of diving and detecting, we just go into areas where people swim. So I don't have to go too deep, and I like it that way. I've been down to 105 feet, but it's not. I prefer like 10 feet, 15 feet at the most.
Now,
Yeah,
have you
so,
ever been to the hookah?
did you hear the question?
Say that again.
Have you used any of the Blue Nemo stuff?
Yeah, it's in my book. They were also a sponsor, and see if I can find a picture. Yeah, they sent some of their stuff with us, and it was phenomenal. Really nice stuff.
Yeah,
So
we sell that Blue Nemo in the shop, and people have gotten them and just love them. I've had them in a swimming pool, but I haven't been out diving with them yet because I've never dove before, and I'm just taking my time learning. So
It's taken him a year and a half.
yes, I'm being safe,
It
Jeff,
took him 9 months to get in the swimming pool.
but I did it. I was just fascinated that you can be underwater. I've never dove before, and breathing underwater just awesome. It's an
it's
awesome.
a whole new world.
It really is, and I could see, in our area, you get into areas that you aren't able to wade and metal detect. Just to go a little bit deeper out in the water, it's I know it's going to be more productive. Do you find that?
Yeah. Yeah, especially where you guys are in Florida. Like I've done a lot of detecting in Florida. I've been Daytona, I've been down in Miami, the Keys, and there are a ton of water detectors, tons.
Right.
But once you get in the water and you just get like a foot farther than their neck height, then it's a whole new world where you'll start finding all new stuff.
Oh yeah, I bet. And we got a comment from Mermaid Treasure Hunter. She says Phil has big sharks that swim up and down his coast, stay in the pool. Well, we also got down there in South Florida, you got pythons now.
Oh, gosh.
Pythons, and barracudas, and sometimes alligators make it out to the beach too. So got all kinds of cool stuff.
Then you got manatees that come up and nudge you.
Oh, those are funny. Yes.
Yeah, except when they surprise attack you.
Yeah, surprise you. Luckily, they're pretty pleasant, but it still surprises you.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah,
it
when
is.
we were doing the photography for the book Dive Detecting, it was during COVID, so we had to go down to shoot it in Florida, and I did a lot of the photography in Ginny Springs. You know Ginny Springs?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. And they were having a big problem at the time with I'm trying to remember the snake that goes in the water. It's a massive snake. In Florida. What is it?
Python.
No, it's another one. I forget the name of this thing, but they were all over the water, and they were they were like the craziest thing to see. They were pretty scary. But I mean, it's Florida. Everything's wild in Florida. That's all I've learned. You can't go anywhere without there being something around you.
It was probably a moccasin.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I
They're
think they're big,
aggressive.
thick suckers too, and they are mean.
Yeah,
Very aggressive for sure.
yeah, yeah. I like my fresh water.
Well, they're in freshwater too.
All right,
Yeah,
well, it looks like Jeff has given something away, or actually Steve is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I would love to be able to give away. Can I announce it, or are you guys gonna?
you go ahead.
Yeah, I just, again, like I really enjoy your podcast, and it's great that people come on and are interested in this type of thing. So I just wanted to be able to give back a little bit tonight. So I'm going to give away 5 of these books tonight, 5 of my dive detecting books. You guys can choose how you want to give them away. It's up to you.
I already got it done.
Yeah,
So
Jeff
what we had to do-
uses a random name picker.
I use a random name picker. Everybody
Oh.
had to register. I put up a video where everybody had to register, and they have to be a member of Treasure Talk YouTube. Now, when I call your name, I've got 5 names drawn. You'll have 3 minutes to text me with your name and that you are here. And you see my phone number scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Remember, 3 minutes with your name and you are here. Then what you must do is you must send an email to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com, your name, address, and phone number. And thank you very much to Steve for the book. It's a fantastic book. Now, you had to enter a phrase, and the phrase you had to enter was "die detecting is something I want to do." So get ready, because I'm going to call 5 names, and y'all got 3 minutes to text me with your name and that you're here, and then do the email. And you'll be a winner of a great book, let me tell you. Okay, you have to be tuned in to win, so get ready. JBP Hobbyist, Brian King, Demon Rat, Metal Detecting, Rose Frazier, and Martin Bishop. You guys have won a dive detecting book courtesy of Steve Zazulyk. So get your fingers going and text me now.
And
Now-
Steve, Jocelyn just gave me the question. It's from Mermaid Treasure Hunter, and she's asking for your. Do you have a YouTube channel?
If you just put in dive detecting on YouTube, you'll find me.
Okay. And then so you're not on Facebook either, are you?
Yeah, put in dive detecting, you'll find me.
Okay. So they can find you there for sure.
Do Instagram too.
Yeah, and-
Instagram, yep, dive detecting Instagram, right? Dive detecting TikTok.
And for you folks who aren't winners tonight, Steve is going to send me some books that I can sell in the shop. So we'll have the dive detecting book and, of course, the ring finder book. We'll get that one back inside because I've sold out of that one. And that one, I like that book because it was how to make a profit with your metal detector.
Yeah,
And then
that was really interesting. There is a very, very famous metal detectorist who writes books. I won't say his name. So when I came up with that book, he gave me crap for, trying to make money with a metal detector and that kind of stuff. And like 3 months later, I saw that he joined Ring Finders.
It's one thing to buy these expensive detectors, and you can give away your time or you can make a little money with it. It's just part of the hobby. I don't see anything wrong with doing that.
You can do very well. You can do very well with a detector if you want to, right? It's I think really one of the most enjoyable things I've ever done with my metal detector is ring finding, because going out to a place where people have lost all hope, that they've lost the most sentimental thing to them, and you find it and give it back to them, is you can't put a dollar on it. And I'll be quite honest with you, a lot of the stuff you'll see my videos, I have what I call a Samaritan service. So they'll think, I will tell them, I want, this is how much I would like if I find your ring. And then when I do find it, most of the times, especially depending on the individual, I will give it back as a Samaritan service. Now, if they're driving a Land Rover, I'm probably going to charge them, just between you guys and me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But that young couple that have lost their wedding ring that they saved up every penny for, and they've lost it, and it means everything to them. There's no way in the world I would charge them. And it is the most gratifying thing when you can hand something like that back to people.
Yes, it is. I've done that before, and it's just an incredible feeling. And our 2 clubs that are here locally, we have 4 of the 5 already.
Yep, and the only one is Martin Bishop, and I don't think he's watching. So he's missed his 3 minutes. So Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter, you're up.
It was Las Vegas who?
Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter.
Urban Treasure Hunting. Okay, back to what I was saying, Steve, is our 2 clubs here that are close by me both have a ring finders or a thing finders group, and they do it by donation. If you don't have any money, you don't give anything. But the people are often so happy, you wouldn't believe the amount of money they just give to the club, and then the club uses it for silver, to have seated silver hunts and different events. So
that's amazing. Like, and I don't, I'll be quite honest with you, I don't promote ringfinders.com or anything like that. I'm not a part of that anymore, but I think that you can do your own type of ring finding in your own way, right? Really, the one thing I always try to instill in people is that, when I first started getting into metal detecting, no one wanted to talk to each other and they didn't want to show each other their sites. And there was all of this crazy stuff like that. And people didn't like me because I was, I would be like, hey, like, let's talk more about, what we can do, where we can go, and how we can help other people to get into the hobby. And because I really think it's important, especially with younger people, like kids that are in front of their screens all day long. Like when you show them that a gold coin or whatever, and I can't tell you the stories that I've sat down with young people and told them that you can actually become a treasure hunter. You can be a legitimate treasure hunter, and then show them the stuff that I have found. It blows their mind. It blows them away.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does. Just finding the ring for somebody is just an incredible feeling. Whether you get paid for or not, it's always nice to get a little reward. So to me,
Well,
it's just
I'll tell you, some of the things that I've had the opportunity to find or be with a partner finding has been just phenomenal. One quick story is a detecting partner and I, when we first started detecting, went into an area of woods that I would frequent. And we got a target by the tree and dug it out. And I don't know if maybe I told you this story last time or not, but there were 10 1-ounce gold coins buried under that tree. And that video is actually what got me onto Oak Island.
oh geez. So
Yeah.
was it gold bullion or were the actual gold?
No, they were actually Krugerrand from South Africa. So they're 1-ounce gold Krugerrands. There was $20,000 worth of gold in that one tube that we found.
Oh geez, that's incredible.
Yeah. Then I was at Kelly Co. And ironically, when I was down there, they were watching the video, and History Channel had called, or sorry, wasn't History Channel. It was the production company Prometheus that had called, and they were looking for people that would be interested in doing a hunt on an island at the east coast of Canada, but they didn't have the name yet of the show, and they asked me if I was interested, and that's how I got to Oak Island.
Oh, that's cool. So why didn't you continue with that, Steve?
I'm sorry?
Why didn't you continue with that?
Because I actually wanted to find something.
It's funny, Steve, because before this season debuted, they were doing all the back episodes, what's led up to this and all that. And, they always talked about the Maravides. And everybody thought, wow, that's cool. But Steve Zazulyk's the one that found the Maravides.
Yeah. They I had a call from the head of Prometheus and told me that we were going to cancel that show the first season before it even got off the ground, and it was actually that coin that launched the entire series. And that was that was nice to hear that, right? So it was that is a proud moment for myself. That one show was seen by over 110 million people around the world.
Yeah.
And it literally, yeah, it was quite a moment. And then, those guys took off with it. They had, they've had their run, right? But for me, I really like I get hired by private clients to go. I've been to Italy, Austria, Germany, all throughout the United States and Canada, hired by private clients to find specific things that have been lost, family heirlooms, very expensive things. I'm currently still looking for a necklace that was lost in a lake that was given to a great grandfather of a very, very wealthy businessman from one of the most proficient artists in Italy back in the 1920s. And that guy is it's incredible what he will do to get this thing back. So I've been able to meet some incredible people around the world. And do I find everything every time? Absolutely not, guys. But once in a while, I get a little wood on the ball.
Awesome.
Once in a while.
Hey, now this is an interesting question from Practical Ken. He's curious, can people that lose rings get paid by their homeowner's insurance for the lost ring and then get the ring found? I guess that can happen, but you would probably have to notify your insurance company, maybe. Give them the money
I've been contacted by insurance companies to go find stuff. So that's typically the way I've done it.
Yeah. But I imagine if the homeowner found the ring, they should probably pay the money back to the insurance company.
Yeah, you reckon that happens?
No,
Possibly, I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I would rather doubt it, but
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know. I haven't had that experience.
Yeah.
and there are some ungrateful people out there, but for the most part, they're just overjoyed, and when you find something that they lost, and it's just a great thing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So Jeff, did we have all of our winners?
We got all our winners, and they are going to send me the email, and Steve, I will forward them to you. Now, everybody,
Yeah.
I want you to be remembering this. Steve's going to send your books out, but it's not going to be till after Christmas, because
Exactly.
the postage is absolutely bizarre, and the chances of it getting lost in the mail are tenfold what they're going to be after Christmas. So just sit tight. You will get your book. It'll just be after Christmas.
Yeah, and you can tell the people who've won that they can find me on Facebook and message me on Facebook if it doesn't arrive, by maybe third week of January or whatever. But because I will for sure, I will make sure that they get their book.
Okay, that's very good. Very good.
And Steve, we have some comments in the chat. Just is just telling me that they think you're a great guest. Well, we already knew that, didn't we, Jeff?
Oh yeah, we already knew that. We don't have any guests that aren't great. And
Yeah,
when we keep
Steve is a high caliber guest for sure.
all these people.
Yes.
I'm so glad you guys received the $20 I sent you, so you'd say that.
It's in the mail, right, Steve?
It might get delayed from Christmas. And Steve, I'm gonna hold you to selling me a couple dozen books so that I can have them in the store, because people are going to want them for sure, especially the new diving book. But I still say this book here, this little ring finder book, if you want to make a little money with your detector, that's a must-have for sure.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
And it's a great book. We had one of our winners wanted to know if he could opt for the ring finder's book, because he hadn't got
Sure.
that. And
Yeah.
I told him,
If they want, I'll send them either one, ring finder or dive detecting.
okay, I will put that in the email, and everything will be copacetic.
yes,
And
for sure.
you know,
So, other than those gold coins you found there, have you found other gold coins?
We actually found some gold coins when we were looking for Dutch Schultz's. I don't know if you saw the episode, but those were legitimate. We found gold coins.
How many did you find there?
2.
Nice.
oh, cool.
Yeah. So we were, I think, even 2 years ago, we were in Aruba, and Ryan found a beautiful U.S. 1930-ish gold coin. That was beautiful in Aruba, of all places.
Huh.
Right. So, and it was one of the first gold coins that I think Ryan had found. So it's really weird. You guys know this, when you find your first gold coin is kind of monumental, right?
Well, I wouldn't know that. I'm still looking after 40 years, still looking.
It's coming.
Oh, I know it is. And it's so funny that we wonder how a gold coin is lost. I had a customer come in and he's had his Equinox for a couple years, and he told me that he ran into a couple who were just searching in the water for something, and the water was rough and he wasn't going in to hunt it, but he asked the guy, I told him, he says, I've had a gold coin in my pocket for luck.
Oh,
Gold coin, U.S. gold coin for luck. My father gave me. I've lost it in the water. So, it's just incredible that people still would carry that around in their pocket.
oh.
And he never did find it. It's still in the beach there. So
The things people go in the water with would blow you away. The rings, the $100,000, $200,000 rings people go into the water with would blow you away.
Yes.
Yep. And the other things that blow you away are the tungsten and the stainless steel ones they're buying now. You know, like I always tell them, you know, if you love the woman, get her some gold. Don't be getting her no tungsten thing.
Yeah,
You know,
and you wear some gold too. If you're married, put gold on for sure.
that's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Jeff, it looks like we're at that time, aren't we?
We are indeed. This hour has flown by.
Yes, it has. It really has. And
Hey guys,
hopefully,
I really appreciate you inviting me on your show. I really like your podcast. You guys are both gentlemen. I know both of you have great businesses, and I hope you guys do really well and have a great Christmas and New Year.
yes, for
We
sure.
still
You
have
too.
one reach right back to you. Try to stay warm. I guess you guys got some snow heading your way.
Always, when it's Canada, there's snow coming sooner or later.
Yeah, sooner or later, more sooner than later, probably.
Well, hopefully we have some sunshine heading their way, Jeff.
Next time you get down to Florida, we'll get something going down at the shop, and you can
Wow.
sign some books and do some other good stuff if you're down that area.
That would be awesome, guys.
Yeah, for sure. And for the folks who don't know, I'm in there tomorrow and Wednesday, and of course Friday and Saturday. So give me a ring. Jeff knows the number.
813-237-1939. And guess what? You may, if you're in on Saturday, you may get a sausage from Big Poppy.
Yeah, Big Poppy might be there. Yes,
He
hopefully.
might have a sausage for you.
Yeah, he's been working a lot with his other job, but hopefully I'll see him
He
Saturday.
just got a big promotion he deserved very much.
Yes, he did.
So that's good. So thanks, Phil, for tell Jocelyn thank you
Yes,
for helping us out tonight. Steve, it's always just a fantastic pleasure when we have you on the show. We definitely will have you again. And I know from looking at the chat, all the winners are just over the moon about getting the
Yes.
book.
Beautiful.
For
That's
sure.
great. That's
Great.
great. Thank you so much, you guys.
absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Jocelyn, for helping me. And anybody needs anything for Christmas, we can surely fill the order for them. So
That's right.
happy hunting and dig deeper.
And remember, if Phil doesn't have it in stock, you probably don't need it.
You
Now,
don't need it.
Thursday night on Treasure Tales, it's going to be Eureka, Sarita, and Kimmy, and Mental Metal will be our guest on Treasure Tales. And
Awesome.
he's got a manticore, so listen.
Oh, that'll be good to hear. Yes, for sure.
So everybody, join us 8:00 p.m. right here on Treasure Talk channel for Treasure Tales on Thursday night, and we will see you then. Steve, thanks so much. We appreciate you. Phil, Joss, talk at you later. Everybody, happy hunting and dig deeper.
Absolutely.
See you guys.
See you.